Welcome to the Collective Coven. My name is Trey, aka at Taboo Tarot Reader. This channel is Experiential Energy Anatomy, and this is your monthly Tarotscope forecast for March 2023 for all signs, all humans, all placements, the Collective Coven. Cleansing the space and the cards for you with a little third eye high blend that I have made. If you are interested in learning more about these herbal smokes, I am offering them for acquisition to the Collective Coven. Information on our Instagram at Taboo Tarot Reader. But March is a very, very, very big month in the astrology, dearly beloveds. There is a lot of really big shifts happening energetically and some important transits. So I am delighted to be offering these tarotscopes, these collective tarotscopes on my YouTube channel to the Interverse. And if you resonate with these tarotscopes, head over again to our Instagram handle at Taboo Tarot Reader, in which we do weekly live tarotscopes, diving even deeper into the specific transits of that week playing out. So these monthly tarotscopes obviously are going to be more general, hence why we are offering them on YouTube. And with all that being prefaced, if this is something that interests you, welcome. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to propose a little query on behalf of the Collective Coven. Spirit, how are the archetypal energies as governed by the movements of the planets and the stars, as represented by the physical tarot cards themselves, manifesting, playing out, and grounding down for the collective during the period of March 2023, according to the Gregorian calendar? Spirit, please help us be a pure and accurate channel to receive. Okay, to all my little brujas, warlocks, witches, and magical fairies out there, let's dive deep. So before we work with the Crowley-Thoth Tarot deck, because in these tarotscopes, I personally like to work with the Crowley-Thoth Tarot deck as extra support, again, to help the average person be able to visualize and hopefully observe the astrological energies playing out. So in these tarotscopes, really, the tarot is a supporting tool, and my intention is always to draw more awareness to the astrology. But before we dive deep, let's pull an oracle message. Spirit, which yantra oracle message requires the collective awareness during March? What is the overall energy of the reading of this tarotscope, Spirit? Man, this third eye high blend has already got me feeling wavy and yet grounded. I'm high, but I'm grounded. $5 per smoke if you want only herbs. $10 per smoke if you want a little added ganja. Yama. Spirit, what is the overall energy of this tarotscope, of this reading for the collective? What do they have a need to know in March 2023 in order to manifest optimal outcomes? Jupiter. Very interesting. Expansion. get a good look at this image in order to intuitively connect with and interpret this energy. Jupiter is currently in fire sign Aries, and there's a lot of Aries energy playing out this month. So this is very interesting to me, and I'm no surprise that this is the overall energy of the reading. Spread your wings wide, move out into the space around you, generosity and sharing, yes. And we also got a second message pop out, truth. Well. Here it is, dearly beloved. Listen to your truth. It is the easiest and most inspiring to live by. Trust your own counsel, dearly beloved. Whew. Especially, I'm feeling this message just from the jump with this combination of cards. Very simple message, because I'll let you interpret these oracle messages as you do. But I'm just feeling here from the jump, again, this message of trust your own counsel. Especially when so many tarot readers online, on YouTube, are walking away or are feeling worn out. Those people who reach a certain level and were very, very generous with their time and energy. Why is it that there's this seeming trend now with tarot readers saying, Spirit is telling me to no longer read the tarot online. I must expand into other things. And I just think this is a good opportunity for the collective, okay, in my humble opinion, to learn maybe about your Jupiter placement in your birth chart, okay? And how, your personality is not only determined by your sun sign. There are no bad signs, people, only damaged children masquerading as adults. And your personality, okay, isn't just determined by your sun sign. Again, which so many people use to stereotype other people, and which so many people, especially tarot readers online, okay, who are offering specific readings for specific sign, okay? There's nothing true or real about the majority of those readings. Why is that? Well, because your personality isn't just determined by your sun sign. You have your sun, moon, and rising, just to begin, right? That's the foundation, your sun, moon, and rising for the personality. And then you have a placement in your birth chart for each planet as well, which determines personality. So I'm feeling the collective is being called to look into their Jupiter placement this month and really expand their awareness or their self-awareness in order to stop stereotyping other people by sun signs. In order to, I'm sensing here, yeah. Spirit is just being very clear. The collective, the online tarot community, must expand into new and creative frontiers to offer the information, because so much of what tarot has become online is distorted and, again, not based in anything that is applicable or real. Okay? It's delusional. And I will repeat this for the collective. If a tarot reader is offering you a reading for a specific sign, and in that reading offers no information about the current astrological transits affecting that zodiac archetype, how can you expect that information to be true, verifiable, or accurate in a general reading for your personal story? It is just a question for the collective as we continue to spread our collective wings and shift into the age of Aquarius, as we use these sacred ancient art forms, the tarot, astrology, divination, right, to expand our consciousness to again, evolve. So many people want to be generous with the information, but what you learn is that a lot of people aren't ready for the information because so many people want to be told what they want to hear, where the objective information is often what you don't want to hear. So being generous, I'm sensing in this context, this definitely resonates, especially with Venus and Taurus. That transit, as we will be diving deep into. So again, just get a good look at this yantra image for Jupiter. Soften your belly, be kind, be jovial, laugh. Spirit sending me an image of the fat Buddha imagery or archetype here to help you visualize this energy perhaps. And keep in mind that Jupiter in Aries currently is very, very comfortable in Aries. So just keep that in mind, dearly beloved. Okay? This has been the oracle messages for the overall energy of this reading, of this Tarotscope. Excuse me. Let's do that again. It was hitting the lighter, so it made a really not so nice noise. Let's now dive deep. If you are still with us, thank you so much. Your presence is truly appreciated here, as is your patience. Again, I know I am a deep diver, and this Tarotscope is already longer than the majority of the average tarot readings out there. But again, I practice divination. I simply do not read the cards you see. But let's begin. For March 2023, dearly beloved, on the 20th of March, we have perhaps our biggest and most important transit. We have the spring equinox. Oh, finally. Yes, spring is upon us. The flowers are blooming. The scent of love is lingering in the air. New beginnings. And on this day, March 20th, the spring equinox, we have the sun entering fire sign Aries, marking the beginning of Aries season, leaving Pisces season behind us. And this energy can be symbolized by the Emperor, major arcana. Strong Aries energy here. The great father principle, the toxic versus divine masculine polarity. The magician, also known as the magus in the Crowley Thoth tarot deck. And the Three of Wands, fire energy, virtue. This is the specific deacon in the Crowley Thoth tarot deck for the sun in Aries. Okay. So, first things first to know about this transit is that the sun is exalted in Aries in Vedic astrology. Okay. So this is a very optimistic and benefic energy. This feels very warm. This feels like having a nice hot cup of tea or hot cocoa by the fire. This energy to me, again, with the sun exalted in Aries, is an energetic opportunity for the collective coven to really, I'm sensing, step into their masculine. And there may be an energetic requirement for masculine strength and magnetic, magical endeavors. Like, this is an opportunity for the Emperor to not rely on another person, another character to do their magic for them. this is an opportunity with the Three of Wands for the Emperor character, whoever is embodying the Emperor energy or is strongly grounded in the Emperor energy in your story. I'm getting here that this is, again, an energetic opportunity for them to become their own magician. Because in the tarot, okay, the magician is often in service in the court of the emperor. The emperor will call upon the magician when reluctantly, for the emperor and the magician don't always vibe. And the emperor will reluctantly call upon the magician for their magical services when they are in true need, again, in their empire, in order to solidify power, in order to be more self-assured on the throne. And this is, again, this is all about how can the emperor character be a sovereign despot to rule with harmony in accordance with cosmic law, with the convoluted universe, the magical workings of the convoluted universe. And I'm just getting here. Yes, like the magician energy, again, is that magnetism I'm sensing. When someone has that magnetic aura, that magical je ne sais quoi about them, that is something that can trigger the emperor's jealousy. So just be aware of that with any emperor character, as there may be some shadow impulses playing out with this Three of Wands energy of moodiness, attention-seeking behavior, things of that nature. And again, maybe even over-reliance on someone else and using someone else for their magic. Again, I'm just sensing here the walk-away message regarding the Sun entering Aries for the collective coven is to step into your own power, okay? To step into your own creativity. Even if you don't feel you are a creative person, you have that magician energy, that archetype within you, because all the archetypes exist within every single human. You do have the creative potential for a new beginning. You do have the creative potential to manifest self-confidence, right? That masculine self-confidence, perhaps. You have the creative potential to manifest security and success, okay? This is what I'm seeing, and this is what I'm sensing. Again, for the Sun being exalted in Aries. You know, Aries in Vedic astrology, again, it's related to the most basic impulse of movement or creative, like creating, okay? Creating new energy. So there's just I'm sensing, again, for the collective coven, okay, this energy can be worked with to create something, if that is what you desire. Okay. And this also draws to, this brings my awareness, Spirit's bringing my awareness to a question regarding any emperor character. Anyone who you feel in your story could potentially be channeling or embodying the divine masculine energy. What are their virtues? Do they have virtues? Or are they an imposter? Are they the toxic masculine masquerading as the divine masculine? That is a very important question Spirit is proposing, I'm sensing, to the collective here, especially anyone who's dealing with #daddy issues. Okay, moving on to our next transit. So many big transits this month. Buckle up, buttercups. On March 23rd, we have Pluto, okay, entering Aquarius. Pluto is leaving Earth sign Capricorn and entering air sign Aquarius. Whew, this is very interesting energy. And this energy can be symbolized, one moment please, And we're back by the Death Major Arcana. The Star Major Arcana. Strong Aquarius energy here. And the Knight of Swords, also known as the Prince of Swords, in the Crowley Law Tarot deck. So what I'm getting here for the Collective Coven regarding this transit is like the Death card with the Star is very interesting combination to me. This is about finding the silver lining in an ending. This is about finding the silver lining in something that you maybe need to let go of and purge. So, maybe you need to let go of any Knight of Swords character, anyone who caused you heartbreak, Three of Swords energy. Maybe, again, you need to cut the cord or purge, okay, any shadow power dynamics with a Knight, okay? This could be a hasty, impulsive, and destructive person who is very short-sighted and, again, is only concerned with their own gains, their own acquisitions of power. And the Death and the Star card together is telling me there's an energetic requirement here to search for or find some type of spiritual perception or collective solution about how to overcome heavy bonds, how to maybe, again, cut a cord, let go, let God. And that's a huge obstacle for so many people in their story in a culture that celebrates and normalizes toxic codependency. And there's a lot of, I'm sensing here with the Star card too, like Pluto and Aquarius, okay? Pluto in the astrology as a planet, it's the final trans-Saturnian planet, so it's talking to us really about the deepest mysteries of the life and death, the birth cycle. It's talking to us about the deepest mysteries of transmutation, right? The transformative process of what it means to be a soul having a human experience here on Earth. And Aquarius, to me, in this context, Aquarius being a very basic impulse to be more humanitarian. Okay, Pluto and Aquarius, to me, again, it's a big opportunity energetically for the Collective Coven to invent new ideas, new solutions for our Earth's problems, especially our environmental situations that give us hope to carry forward. And this spirit is bringing my awareness to the phrase, if a solution is good enough for only 1% of the population, then it's good enough for no one. And it's gotta go. That 1% whole system, right? This is perhaps what people need to be purging. Spirit is telling me it's true freedom, the elevation, that's terrifying to people, right? True freedom outside of the economic matrix, outside of capitalist control, that's really terrifying to actually have your freedom. And so there's a big opportunity here I'm sensing for the Collective Coven to renounce even the old ways of doing things, especially the old ways in which power is consolidated, distributed, and organized in our political and economic systems. Like, it's just, this is a very, very interesting transit to me. And it is invoking really deep, big spiritual changes here. Really, really, really big invocation, again, of letting go, purging. But this is what I'm seeing and sensing. Okay, moving on to our next transit. We have, on March 7th, dearly beloveds, Saturn leaving air sign Aquarius for water sign Pisces. And this is not necessarily, just to preface this transit, this is not necessarily a negative or positive space for Saturn to be in. Pisces is a very neutral space for Saturn to be in. And this energy can be symbolized by the Eight of Cups, minor arcana. Indolence or laziness. The King of Cups, or the Knight of Cups in the Crowley-Thoth Tarot deck. And the World, major arcana, also known as the Universe in the Crowley-Thoth Tarot deck. Okay, so what I'm just getting here immediately for the collective coven is that this is, in this context, Saturn, okay, this is all about the King of Cups' relationship to the crone, to their mother or any feminine figures in their life, okay? And again, there's just the Eight of Cups, this energy, this is like a heavy, stagnant energy, okay? And for the collective coven, this could be, I'm sensing, Pisces is ruled by Neptune in modern Western astrology. And Saturn and Neptune's relationship, I feel, can be symbolized by the World card. The cosmic experience of unity here. That totality of Pisces being the final zodiac sign. And there could be a strong energetic requirement for any King of Cups character in your story. Anyone who has strong water in their birth chart. Again, to renounce something that they may be in a lot of self-denial about. Or it could be about surrendering to circumstances. Because Saturn is a very limiting malefic force. And it teaches us as humans that we do have our limitations. The human condition has its limitations. And yes, we are capable of manifesting and creating so much. But with that creative power, we do have limitations. And Saturn teaches us, the crone teaches us, through their accumulated knowledge throughout the aeons, about how small-minded we as humans really are, just given the nature of our short lifespans. So this energy too with Saturn and Pisces, the Eight of Cups, this could manifest in the collective coven as depression or self-pity or even suicidal thoughts. So really be mindful of that. If you know anyone or you yourself are prone to anchor type of emotions, heavy emotions, especially if you're a highly empathic individual, have strong energetic boundaries. That way you don't drown in the emotional swamp of someone else or yourself. Again, because that Eight of Cups energy, again, in order to counteract that stagnation, there needs to be movement. The water needs to flow. And when you can surrender to circumstances, that's how you realign with the flow of the universe. And the King of Cups character may be, again, feeling purposeless. They may really be feeling low and melancholic. And how do you counteract that? Well, you got to get spiritual. You got to get really spiritual and align to the divine. Okay? Be of service to the world. Spiritualization of your spirit is saying there needs to be a spiritualization process that is embraced in order to counteract low spirits or melancholy. Like what does this mean? I'm sensing this means relinquishing control over the process, understanding that your spirit guides are guiding the process. You're not in control of the process, you see. And when we are programmed, our egos, to seek control, that just creates stress and negative emotions. So to transmute that, to truly let go and let God, to truly relinquish control, how does one do that? That is the question. Some men want to let go of control. And some women really desire control. And again, I'm just feeling this energy will manifest between the masculine and the feminine, between mother figures and children, especially the mother-son dynamic, with the King of Cups. In archetypal psychology, this is related to the Oedipus complex and renouncing and renouncing that. And if that is too deep for you, well, to give it to you straight, to give it to you real about Saturn entering Pisces on March 7th. This is about not mothering people who want to be mothered in a relationship. You see? And that subconsciously so many people desire that. And they just end up with someone, right, who is repeating the same patterns of their parents because they want to be taken care of versus standing on their own 2 feet. And yeah, it's a very, 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 again, interesting space for Saturn to be in. Water sign Pisces. It doesn't necessarily feel like the best energy or the worst energy. Again, it's something I think that we just have to surrender to. Be like, okay, it is what it is. 8 of Cups. Let me just observe. Am I feeling lazy? Am I not moving? Is my energy getting stagnant? And if so, how do I get back into that flow? Yes. Okay, this is what I'm seeing and sensing. Okay, moving on, because onwards and upwards, there are many more transits, dearly beloved, to cover this month. Again, buckle up, buttercups. It is a huge shift in March, and I'm very much looking forward to it. So, on March 25th, we have Mars entering water sign Cancer, where Mars is debilitated at its most weak in the Vedic astrology. Mars is not happy to be in Cancer, y'all. Okay. And this energy can be symbolized, again, by the Emperor, Major Arcana, The Emperor will be any Emperor character will be very challenged by this transit. The Queen of Cups, minor arcana. Strong Cancer water energy here. As well as the Chariot, major arcana. So what I'm getting here for Mars entering Cancer, for anyone again who's embodying the Emperor energy in your story, anyone who's strongly grounded in the masculine and who has perhaps maybe rejected their feminine side, their yin, they are going to be forced into a retreat, into all the feels, all the emotions that they repress, everything they don't want to think about. Especially in regards to their actions and how the Emperor treated others. Maybe how the Emperor treated a Queen of Cups character. Someone who showed the Emperor true love. Maybe someone who loved the Emperor's shadow. That the Emperor hides behind their mask in order to maintain power and control. In order to still maintain power over their empire. And so the Emperor is going to be forced to really dive deep into their emotions. And there may be some shadow impulses here of, vague communications, being very vague, especially towards their Queen of Cups. That lover that really gives them that emotional satisfaction and activation, right? Not valuing, perhaps devaluing their Queen of Cups, being very irrational, okay? And I'm sensing here there's a strong energetic requirement for any Emperor character to, again, open up to the vast mysteries of the archetypal feminine here. Okay? The wisdom of the divine feminine is something that terrifies the Emperor because it's so vast. It's so incomprehensible. It's so illogical. It's so uncontrollable. It's feral. It's wild. It's an ocean of the collective unconscious. And when Calypso gets pissed, right, the Emperor feels very small. And the Emperor doesn't like to feel small. The Emperor likes to feel grand and the Emperor likes to, especially with the Sun in Aries, the Emperor likes to be the center of attention. And when they are actually exposed to the divine feminine wisdom, to that inner wisdom about the mysteries, right? When they have to ascend into the void, or maybe Spirit's saying descend into the void because of the ocean imagery. This is a descending energy, it feels like, not an ascending, but a descending. A descent into the depths of their subconscious shit, all the emotions they have repressed on their path to power, all that masculine emotional repression that is socialized into all humans, regardless of gender, identity. There's a strong energetic requirement here for the collective coven to really understand your dreams, Spirit is saying. And that this may be an energy that communicates to you in your dreams and erases that boundary or that border between the dream density and physical reality as we understand it. And that clairvoyance, Spirit is saying this energy may trigger clairvoyance in people and visionary experiences. Like it's going to be very activating to the third eye chakra. Okay? And that feminine clairvoyance is something the Emperor doesn't really understand. It's a gift the Emperor maybe has not developed yet. And it scares them when they receive a vision and have a very intense lucid dream, and they don't know how to process that. And they maybe will turn to the Queen of Cups to help them find that understanding and processing, because it makes them feel better, right? And just be wary of that, of when someone like emotionally dumps on you and then devalues and discards you, right? Just to make themselves feel better in that moment, and they don't really care about your emotional equilibrium. They don't really care about what you're doing. And I'm just sensing here again a strong message with the Chariot about your Merkaba, your light body, and that in a higher vibration, this energy. Okay, when Mars is debilitating Cancer, it's a time to go inwards and connect to your light body, your Merkaba, and do some astral traveling, right? And really seek answers and information in dream density. This is what I'm sensing. It's like a spiritual sojourn or a retreat into the inner realms. To find that intuitive understanding, like, again, trust your own counsel, trust your own intuition, and trust that you can connect to your Merkaba, your light vehicle. You can travel astrally. Every single human has that capability. Even an emperor who's completely blocked psychically, who's completely blocked with the feminine intuitive capabilities and sensitivities, even that character has the potential to psychically flower. And that debilitation, that weakness, that's the moment where that feminine strength of the Queen of Cups will come in, that emotional strength. That is what the Emperor needs to discover within themselves versus stealing it from someone, and whoever embodies the feminine for them. This is what I'm seeing and sensing, dearly beloved. Light up Toka for all consenting adults. Yes. Oh, the Emperor. Hashtag daddy issues. Bless their hearts. Yeah. Spirit's just sending me this download with the Chariot too. The Chariot in conjunction with the Emperor is a very masculine energy. It's very out of equilibrium with the feminine. And how does that manifest? That often manifests in cognitive dissonance. So just be aware of that too, Spirit is saying. Cognitive dissonance in people's behaviors, i.e., there is a disconnect between how they identify and where they put their dick. This is what I, again, am seeing and sensing. Okay, moving onwards and upwards to infinity and beyond with the Chariot, y'all. Yes. Moving on now, what's going on Venus? Okay. After focusing on Mars, what's going on with the other love planet, Venus? Well, on March 16th, Venus is entering Taurus, the sign that it rules, a sign in which Venus is oh so comfortable, radiant, and just basking in all their glory, right? All their magnificence, opulence, fertility, and femininity. Oh, it's just, this is such a yummy energy. Venus and Taurus, yummy. Just yummy. Okay. So, this energy, get ready, folks. Very intricate energy, actually. Such is the Empress. This energy can be symbolized by the Empress Major Arcana, which in the Crowley Thoth Tarot deck specifically represents the Deacon, Venus, and Taurus. The Ace of Pentacles, or Ace of Disc, in the Crowley Thoth Tarot deck. Strong earth energy here. Taurus is a fixed earth sign. Okay. We have the Hierophant, Major Arcana. Strong Taurus energy here. The Prince of Disc, also known as the Knight of Pentacles. And the Princess of Disc, also known as the Page of Pentacles energy. Okay. So, again, this may just very obviously intricate energy with 5 cards here. And Spirit is saying for many people in their stories, this energy may manifest as pregnancy. Or that desire to get knocked up. Okay? Come into physical union, give birth to something. It could also manifest, this is a very fertile energy. So this could maybe be a time if you're an artist to make a new project. Okay? But Taurus here, the Hierophant, this is related to the most basic impulse to, it's related to the most basic impulse to, again, come into that divine union, to merge polarity energies. Like, Taurus energy wants to boo up. It's, again, very traditional. Wants to find its ride or die. Okay? So I'm sensing here the Empress energy, the Great Mother here. There may be some characters, maybe a few stories playing out with this energy. With this energy. Okay? I'm sensing here there may be a child of the Empress, right? Who's in some type of toxic codependent relationship with the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, and the Empress, maybe the mother or father figure, for remember, man, woman, non-binary, what have you, can be embodying any archetype. In this context, the Empress. Gender is of no consequence to energy. But whoever is embodying the Empress is not pleased by this entanglement that the Princess of Pentacles has involved themselves in. Okay? I'm sensing too, this could be, obviously, the Empress is not pleased maybe that the Princess got knocked up. For that may really, I'm just sensing here, the Empress feels the Princess is being over-sentimental, has rose-colored glasses about this Knight, who feels very hedonistic, who feels very indolent, lazy. And the Empress is asking the Princess, well, how is this Knight going to support you and this child? Right? Where are you finding your security? Not only your physical security, but the Empress feels like this Knight is destroying the Princess's spiritual security, potentially, with this unexpected pregnancy. So this is about, I'm sensing, especially with the Ace of Pentacles, getting really pure with your intentions about why are you procreating. Getting very clear, crystal clear about, is this something that I am emotionally mature enough for and conscious enough to do, to bring in new life and raise new life? Or am I just going to repeat the same ancestral traumas of the old cycles of the past? Why? Because you're procreating just because you feel lonely and you want to be loved. Or are you procreating as a conscious choice to not repeat the mistakes of the past and raise a new generation with new values, Hierophant, and raise a new generation that has different values, again, of consciousness, of Spirit is saying here, raising a generation again that cares about Mother Earth and cares about the environment, and that so many people who are procreating unconsciously, and I'm getting Spirit sending me this image of like when you see a child throwing trash to the ground, and that parent isn't emotionally mature enough or conscious enough to tell that child not to, that you need to be the one in that moment to step in and not be afraid to educate that child, because the parent is not in a space to educate them properly. And that we need to, as a community, collectively raise the next generation again to value the environment, okay? And that's going to lead to positive growth and change and a period of renewal for the collective coven. Like Venus and Taurus is an opportunity for renewal, folks, for renourishing our communities, okay? But it's just, Mama will provide if you agree, right, to her terms of conditions. And her terms and conditions. Right? Very Taurus. Okay? As sensual and loving and warm as that energy can be, sometimes there's also a Ponzi scheme involved in their approach to relationships. Like, in 3 months, we have to be at this tipping point. And in 6 months, we have to be at this tipping point. And if by a year there's no rain, deuces. You know, that approach is just, that Spirit is saying is not serving, especially any Empress character. Anyone attempting to actually truly connect with and embody their Empress energy. That approach isn't serving you any longer. But this is what I'm seeing and sensing. Again, just Venus and Taurus on March 16th. It feels like a very fertile, creative, and just solid energy. Like, it's Spirit is saying to, like, what is the foundations of your connection to with that Prince and Princess of Pentacles dynamic? Are the foundations solid, organic, or was it a forced swipe right on your foot? You know, what are the foundations of your connection? Especially Spirit saying with anyone who you feel is your twin flame, i.e. the Emperor to the Empress, as is so often perceived of in the tarot by the online tarot community. Okay, but this is what I'm seeing and sensing for Venus in Taurus. Okay, dearly beloved, moving on to our final transit that we will be covering for the month of March. On March 2nd, we have Mercury entering Pisces, water sign Pisces, where it is what? Also debilitated, just like Mars. So Mercury is not happy to be in water sign Pisces. It is at its most weak in Pisces. And this energy can be symbolized, give me one moment, by, again, the Magician. Major Arcana. The Emperor, major arcana again. The Moon, major arcana, strong Pisces energy here. The King of Cups, again, it's minor arcana, also known as the Knight of Cups in the Crowley Thoth Tarot deck. And the Queen of Wands, minor arcana. Okay. So, I'm sensing here from the jump about this transit, there's an alchemical principle being invoked of one must do everything themselves ultimately at the end of the day. To truly embody your magician energy, to practice your magic, right? The alchemical principle, one must do everything oneself, I feel is the lesson here with Mercury being debilitated in Pisces. And there's a strong energetic requirement for agility and magical skill to navigate this time of debilitation for anyone who has strong mercurial energy. Okay? Any Virgo risings out there? Okay? Any Gemini risings out there? Especially. But, you know, Mercury too on the 19th will enter fire sign Aries. Okay? As represented by the Queen of Wands energy and the Emperor in this case. And that is also a space where Mercury is weakened, and it's in the domain of its enemy, Mars. In Vedic astrology, Mars and Mercury are not friends. So there's this energy feels like it can manifest in conflict and arguments between all these potential characters in the workplace. And I feel this energy will be playing out in the workplace for many people. And with the Moon card here, there's a lot of secrets, obviously, that people would rather die than have other people know about in the workplace. Especially the boss character, the Emperor character. And this just feels like, to me, there's a fire-water duality here, which is very sacred in the alchemy. Conjunctio, the fire-water duality, the sacred marriage. And I'm sensing here the King of Cups and the Queen of Wands energy together. If this energy doesn't manifest for you in the workplace, it could manifest in a strong sexual polarity attraction. Okay? That feels very toxic. I'm seeing and sensing here with the King of Cups and the Queen of Wands together. Again, this Pisces Aries energy. Okay, the fire to the water. This Queen of Wands character is very confident, a very take charge type of character. Someone who knows their worth, who knows what they offer. And this King of Cups character, again, could be, I'm sensing, someone that's just draining the Queen of Wands of their magical charge. And remember, one must do everything themselves, okay? In order to truly cast your magic, truly live your best life. Yeah, it just feels like to me that the King of Cups is very upset that they still have to answer to an Emperor. And the Queen of Wands, right, is attempting to help the King of Cups, right, to not feel so low and weak and debilitated and lift them up in order to appear in the court of the Emperor and show what they offer. But that's just helping this King of Cups is just, again, debilitating the Queen of Wands. Whereas the Queen of Wands needs to focus on what they're casting, right? Their work, their capital W work, the work. And I just feel like, though, again, this will manifest for most people in the workplace as workplace dynamics, especially in whatever corporate hierarchies you may or may not be agreeing to participate in. Okay? And that it's just a time, again, to have to be agile, to be cunning, like the Queen of Wands, in that environment, and play the system, right? Know the rules of the game in order to win the game. Because the Queen of Wands is actually winning the game when the Emperor thinks they control the game. And the King of Cups is sad about the nature of the game. And the Magician is the character I'm sensing in this context who feels like they're the ones doing the manifesting. Their energy is carrying the ship, the Magician feels like. And it's just it's an operation, it feels like, where these characters are all competing for control. Okay? Whether consciously or subconsciously. And with Mercury, especially on the 19th, entering Aries where it's weak and in the domain of its enemy, Mars, there's a lot of like tense discomfort between these characters. Okay? Because each of them has their own way of doing things, and each of them wants to do the project one way. And so they're all competing about how to get things done, and then nothing gets done at the end of the day, actually. In those, again, type of environments. And I'm also sensing, too, again, with the moon, and just know, people, that in the workplace, your coworkers are not your friends. They are not telling you the truth. They're probably not presenting to you who they really are when they're at home. They're presenting to you a mask. And to really ask the question, who is my coworker? Who is this person that I sit next to every day for 8 hours in the cubicle? You know, attuning my energy to every day when they go home. Who are they really? At night. Under the moonlight. You know, that's just a question to ask. But this is what I'm seeing and sensing, y'all. Okay, dearly beloved. Thank you so much if you tuned in all the way to the end of this Tarotscope for March 2023. Take what resonates and leave the rest. I hope you found some information, okay, that is applicable to your personal story. And if this Tarotscope resonates with you, every single comment, like, share, subscribe, and donation to this channel is truly appreciated from the bottom of my heart chakra to yours in order to continue to do this collective investigative work for the collective coven, raising awareness about the importance of integrating the tarot, astrology, and yoga into your personal practice. And if you really vibe with this content, head over to our Patreon page, explore our Patreon community, and all new Patreon on this channel will receive a free 15-minute tarot reading from yours truly as a sign of my gratitude. And if you enjoyed this Tarotscope, remember that every week on Instagram, we offer live Tarotscopes, okay, Sundays, every Sunday, you know, check your time zone, and the ad on Instagram that is posted in my highlights. You will find it if you head over to my Instagram channel. But every Sunday at 12 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, USA, okay, we offer a live Instagram Tarotscope, and it's interactive, it's fun, and we cover not only the weekly transits in depth for the collective, but we open it up to personal queries as well for any inquirers, any participants in the live. So if that's something that interests you, and head over to @Taboo Tarot Readers Instagram channel, and stay tuned as well for a full moon tarot reading for the collective for the full moon in Virgo on March 7th. Whew! Very interesting. Perhaps the climax of the descent into matter is the full moon in Virgo for the collective coven. With all that being offered to the Interverse, I'm truly wishing y'all a high vibe March. Happy spring equinox. Toodaloo.